Hi there, everybody, and welcome to the Mark Mo Show podcast. This is Season 3, and it is Episode 5, Police State. You can find us on all podcast platforms and YouTube. I am your host, Mark Maloney. How are you? Yeah, that's great. Good. Nice to hear. I'd like to introduce my co-host and producer, Aiden Maloney. Aiden, how you doing, man?
Doing pretty fantastic. Very chill. Very exciting stuff going on in the content sphere as a whole, which I am excited about. But yeah, just good to be here.
Oh, that's awesome, man. Yeah, same here. My work life has changed drastically. I'm doing the job of two people now, but for a little bit of peace, it's been kind of bueno, been kind of worth it.
Yeah.
You know, I can't complain. It's just been busy, so I get kind of tired. But at any rate, yeah, that's been fine, and personal life good. Like, I mean, it's just, yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
It's not bad. It does not suck.
Bueno is the correct word.
Bueno is the correct word. By the way, Aiden also has his own YouTube gaming channel. It's called Aiden Spelled the Right Way. He has new PC gaming content like GeoGuessr, Polybridge, Observation Duty, and much, much more each and every week. So, Aiden, I know off the podcast here, I know there's a phrase that we use, especially in radio, which is where we came from, and it's we say off air.
Right.
So it's a little bit different in the podcasting world. So it's technically off air. It's off cast.
I guess. I mean, off air is still like the way to say it, I guess, because it's what people understand. You know.
Yeah.
Because I guess the only people that aren't really aware of off-air and where it came from would be like Gen A,
right?
Gen Alpha. But I don't think Gen Alpha is really listening to the Mark Mo Show. I think they're still coughing on their iPads, playing Fortnite or whatever.
Oh, probably, yeah. Yes, you know, my mom, she gave me an extra 15 minutes tonight because I did all my homework. Yeah.
Average Skibbity toilet fan.
That is accurate. All right, so we were talking off air about some recent content that he's produced, and so what do people have to look forward to?
Yeah, well, today, as of this podcast coming out, I had a very fun video come out on my channel, Aiden Spelled the Right Way. I played this indie horror game called Dread Flats, and it's not what I'll be talking about in the While You Were Sleeping segment, but I'll just briefly mention it here. It's essentially you're a paranormal investigator and a fan offers you a large chunk of money to go to this haunted building for 3 nights.
Okay.
And it's terrifying because there's this, well, I don't want to spoil too much, but let's just say there's this shape-shifting demon that really just makes your life hell. And making it out of the first night, is it possible? I guess you have to watch to find out.
Aw, damn. I like it.
Yeah, but one of the longest gameplays I've had on my channel in a while. I think it was like an hour 40 or something like that. Usually my videos are 30 to 60 minutes, but I just played the game in its entirety, and I thought it was super fun. I got the shit scared out of me like a good handful of times, like flying backwards in my chair. Type jump scares.
That's good.
So it's very good. Lots of fun. And lots more content where that came from as well.
I love that. We'll definitely check him out on the old YouTube. And if you enjoy our content here on the Mark Mo Show, please like, subscribe, share. If you want to send up one of those planes with the little tails that say the Mark Mo Show pod, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
We would appreciate that. And if you like alt rock and Irish punk music, tune into my radio show. It's called After Hours. It's on Tuesday nights at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time, or Friday afternoon at 4 p.m. Central Standard Time. But that Friday afternoon time's going to change. We're going to be more Friday evenings, which I'm pretty pumped about because we're more of an evening show, to be fair. Not that Friday drive time's bad. It's not, because everybody's in that party mode when they're heading home. But I do like, because now people are home. They've got the ice cold one cracked, and they can turn on After Hours and all that kind of good stuff. So that's good. You can listen in on the stream, wvlp.org, or the TuneIn app on your handheld device. Right here you can yell at Alexa, but don't yell at her in a violent way,
Right.
because I hear that Alexa has ways.
Yes.
And
yeah,
you don't
always listening.
Mm-hmm.
You'd hate to make an enemy that is that powerful.
Right. You don't want to insult Alexa and then walk in the kitchen and have the refrigerator door fly open and smack you in the face.
Exactly. Your air fryer explodes.
Right, because you know.
Yeah.
So just don't do it.
Play it safe.
Gently suggest to Alexa, please play After Hours. That would be best, I think, for everybody.
A fair play.
Mm-hmm, most definitely. Now, this week, as I said, this one's called Police State. And when we title these, by the way, and I'm sure most of you know, it's Season 3. If you've been listening throughout, you know how we do. But it's just our opening dialogue, right? And so that's basically what we title each and every episode, is just basically how we open the show. And then, of course, we have all of our segments and news and lists and everything else we do after that. But in terms of this week, this is Police State. And I grew up in the decade of the 80s, so it makes me a sarcastic and jaded member of the Gen X class. I'd have dinner every night with my parents, which I know is like an old school thing, but we did it, and we would have the nightly news on in the background. Remember that news? Well, I know most of you over 40 probably remember. Those of you younger, Gen Z, Gen A, Gen to be named later,
right,
will never have kind of that concept of what that is. But they would literally just come on the TV and just report actual news. You know, president here, mayor there, this vote failed, bad accident on the Dan Ryan Expressway, now here's your weather and your sports. That's it. Ain't no politically motivated this or that, or just none of that crap. None of it. And so it was just news. And that would spark kitchen table conversation. That was the whole idea of it. And in theory, that's great. However, when the national nightly news came on, you'd see images and stories from war-torn Chechnya and Afghanistan and Israel and Palestine and Lebanon and armed guards walking the streets and markets and airports. And I would think that looks just awful. And that could never happen here, right? I mean, those were the conversations that took place at the kitchen table. It just seemed like, oh, this is a problem other places have in the world. That we really don't have those problems here. Well, holy shit.
Yeah.
30 plus years later, we're there. ICE is roaming streets, nabbing people without due process, and now the DEA and FBI and cops are roaming the streets of Washington, D.C. like a gang.
Right.
And why? I'm still not sure. Maybe they're bored and they have nothing else to do. I kind of think there's probably other bigger, badder dudes they need to pay attention to. Forget that there was just recently a domestic terror attack on the CDC by some militant mouth breather. Let's protect the streets from loud protesters and the homeless. That just seems fucking crazy.
Right. It's absolutely insane.
I don't get it. And for you don't have the concept that I have, growing up and seeing what I saw, and then that now being the reality. But for you, the younger generation, it's just the reality.
Right. Yeah.
So it's different views, for sure.
Right. And you mentioned being an 80s kid growing up, jaded. And that's a remarkably relatable statement, because ever since I grew up as a wee lad and, became conscious at the age of 9 or whatever, the entire news cycle forever has been terrible.
Yeah.
The first real piece of big news that I remember as a kid was the huge recession in the late 2000s.
Yeah.
And then from there we had, of course, endless wars in the Middle East, which we still have, obviously. And then you've got the corporate America destroying the remainder of the middle class, which essentially started in the 70s and has just gotten terrible since then.
Yep.
Now, there's no middle class. You've got your working class, you've got your ruling class, and there's never been good news. Like, you have to go out of your way to search for good news.
Yes.
You know, like, local fire department rescues third kitten from tree. It's like, wow, very cool. But that you have to search for that.
You do.
If you just search news, you will find the most heinous things happening around you all the time.
Yes.
And it's difficult because you float somewhere in between being desensitized to it all versus being so disgusted that desensitized is a fair alternative.
Correct.
You know? So the fact that ICE are roaming the streets abducting people, disappearing them, the fact that American concentration camps are very real, the fact that a pedophilic dictator in the Epstein files just controls whether or not we see them, whether or not they've been redacted.
Right.
It's just all too much.
Yeah.
You know? It's all too much, and like you were saying with that aspect of, oh, it'll never happen here. Well, it is happening here. But it's not happening to all of us. It's happening in D.C. and L.A. and Chicago, New York. It's happening in big cities. So for those of us who live in the suburbs or the suburbs of suburbs, or especially those that are more rural, it's very easy to just be like, wow, that kind of blows. Oh, well, because of the aforementioned being desensitized. But the same way, oh, it'll never happen here, worked in your day, it still works now, as in it'll never happen here,
right? A
smaller town. Of course it can.
Yeah.
You know, it's almost inevitable. You know, 40 some odd billion dollars in budget hikes for ICE.
Right.
It's going somewhere.
Oh yeah.
So it's all just terrifying, and you can attest to this because you're a history major, big history buff, that this is all within the Nazi Germany playbook.
Yes.
This is, you take the power away from judges. Your three branches of government meant specifically for checks and balances don't exist.
Nope.
It's essentially just a dictatorship with the appeal or appearance of a democratic republic.
Correct.
Like, what can you do? What can you do? I mean, people organize and then they get surrounded by ICE, tear-gassed, disappeared. That's not working.
Nope.
And every time there's a discussion of it, because I follow a lot of progressive leftist subreddits that are very woke to everything going on and how terrible it is. It's like, throughout history, the only way to combat fascism is with violence.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. That's it. So
yep.
At what point are we going to cross that path? You know, at what point is an actual 2A fan, not just, you know, a white supremacist with firearms. I'm talking someone that actually knows 2A is supposed to be used against a tyrannical government.
Right.
At what point are they going to act on their constitutional rights and shoot an ICE officer that comes onto their property illegally?
Correct.
And then what? And then what's the response? Martial law? Because you'd be within your rights to do so.
Sure. Oh, yeah.
I ain't seen no warrant.
Nope.
I saw an armed man on my property.
Yep. That's right.
It's literally a matter of time. So I don't know. It's depressing. It's overwhelming. And a police state is almost an understatement because it's this weird corporately owned oligarchy dictatorship of a police state.
Right.
And it's just terrifying.
It is. And you had said something, too, that John F. Kennedy said on the first anniversary of the Alliance for Progress. That was in 1962. And the quote kind of goes something like this: "Those who make peaceful revolution impossible will make violent revolution inevitable."
Yeah.
And, I mean, that was, what, 1962? And he knew.
Yep.
And he knew then. Hell, they knew before then.
Right.
And it's a serious situation. Now, the upside, which is something I think the fascist right doesn't realize is that there are more guns in circulation in this country than people.
Right.
Not all the people have the guns. About a third of those people. So there are people that have small arsenals.
Right.
Is basically what I'm saying. And that's what I don't think a tyrannical government counts on. They're counting on everybody falling into line, and people like the assholes from January 6th are like, they're always going to be there. Well, are they?
Right.
You know, you promise this, that, and the other. Well, you're not delivering to them either.
Right. Right. Because there's I would say a majority of Trump voters are exactly the stereotype.
Yep.
Racist, misogynistic, and just genuinely bad people.
Yeah.
And there's a fraction of Trump voters who are brainwashed, misinformed, lied to.
Definitely brainwashed.
The group of people that thought, oh, if we get Trump back in there, he'll finally drain the swamp. We'll finally get the Epstein files. You know, this elite ring of pedophiles is finally going to collapse. And you've completely destroyed what that fraction of your voters thought would happen.
Yep.
Which is why you constantly see his approval rating drop. Because not a majority, but a nice minority of those righty voters that voted for Trump are realizing, wow, this dude's kind of a piece of shit.
Yep. And that's the amazing thing, Aiden. Once again, just kind of going back to my formative years in the decade of the 80s, I remember Donald Trump. Okay? He was a sleazebag developer business piece of shit. And no one liked him then.
Right.
And his father was a racist piece of shit.
Right.
And so was his grandfather. That apple didn't fall far from the tree. And so it blows my mind as time went by that we got to the mid-2010s and people were like, yeah, he's probably the best option. What?
Yeah.
In what universe? I mean, I'll be honest. I was not a fan of the Clintons. Now, Bill did some good things. Got assault weapons off the street. He got a lot of shit done like that. But overall, he was kind of an asshole. I was not a huge fan.
Right.
Definitely was not a huge fan of his carpetbagger wife. But that being said, when it came to her and Trump, it was still a no-brainer.
Right.
It was like, okay, she's not going to be great, but she's not going to be a frickin' criminal wackadoo.
Yeah.
Like that almost anybody can see. But you mentioned brainwashing, MK Ultra, all that bullshit that the CIA's been doing to so many other countries. Once again, oh, that can never happen to us. It is happening to us. It's happening through commercials, through radio, through the internet, through mainstream news. And they just sit there, especially with the older generation who is in their mid-60s, they're in their 70s, and they're sitting at home. They've worked their whole life, and now they just get to sit there and watch the news and game shows all day and sit there and eat their TV dinners. But Fox News, Fox News, Fox News, Fox News in their brain all day long. And that's how it happens.
Right.
That's exactly how it happens. And now we're at this point where no matter what you tell them, they'll just look at you like, oh, you're just one of those... No! What are you talking about? And you were the guys that started using the snowflake thing. Yet, if you want to look and do a little side-by-side comparison, there's nobody that whines and cries more than Trump as an administration as followers.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. I ain't talk about snowflakes.
Right.
Holy shit. And so now we're here. He's got the police roaming the street. He's got ICE roaming the street. And the thing is I saw a stat. It was either 15% or 17% of people that they've nabbed so far that have actually had a criminal record. Well, holy shit. That's like still 80 some odd people, 80% who don't.
Right.
And you're nabbing them off the street. You're pulling them out of Home Depot in L.A. What are you doing?
Right.
And now these businesses are sitting there. And, you know, you're a manager at Home Depot and they just pull 3 of your workers off the floor.
Right.
And you're just sitting there like, asshole, how am I supposed to run my business today?
Yeah.
Are you going to come here and work for me? No, because you don't want these jobs. You get to sit there in your blue jeans with this pretend vest on
Right.
that has some sort of acronym across your chest. oh, you're so big and bad, you got to wear a mask. Now, when it was COVID, you woke people wearing your mask. Well, now they all wear masks.
Right.
Because they don't want to be identified.
Yeah.
And why is that? Because they know what they're doing is bullshit, and they don't want their picture out there. Be like, oh, this Bob Smith of Annapolis, Maryland, yeah, he's this ICE guy, because people are going to call your ass out.
Right.
That's what we do. And I'm telling you, we've got the weapons, we've got the people. Okay, we've got the numbers if we choose to go that route, is all I'm saying.
Right.
The numbers are on our side. Now, does that mean Trump's not going to use drones and tanks? He could very well. He's off his rocker.
And it wouldn't be the first time the United States attacks their own citizens.
Right. Oh, yeah.
I mean, there are historical events of coal miners going on strike, and the United States government, along with the corporate owners of these mines, just bomb American citizens.
Yes.
It wouldn't be the first time.
Wouldn't be the first time. Haymarket riots in Chicago, just all the people back then just fighting to have labor unions, to have rights. Read Upton Sinclair's The Jungle about the meatpacking industry and just the horrors, the horrific shit that went on.
Right.
And the funny thing is, like, a lot of that horrific shit still goes on today.
Right.
Mind you, that's our billion-dollar corporations doing that to Vietnam and Cambodia and Indonesia and places like that. But it's still done here.
Right.
And there's an all-out assault on unions right now. And here's the funny part. The unions vote more for Trump than they did his opponent. And to me, that made 0 sense. Trump has been a union buster since the 80s, and it blows my mind when these union guys are like, oh, yeah, Trump. I'm like, all right, you're clearly not voting for him because he's a big supporter of union rights,
right.
Because he's not. He hates the unions. I'm like, you're doing it because you're white.
Yeah.
Because you're white, and somehow in some world made you afraid of people that aren't.
Yeah.
They're coming for your jobs. No, they're not. They're freaking, out in the fields in California. They're helping get the produce to your freaking grocery store, you ass.
For pennies on the dollar of an actual wage.
Yeah. Exactly. And they're sending money home to their family. They're not sitting here as like, oh, they're all coming across and they're criminals and distributing drugs and yeah, thanks, felon. We know.
Right.
Bullshit. Yeah, what's that one kid on that meme? A bullshit.
Yeah.
It's total bullshit. And, for all of you out there that are still like all gaga for him, you're either a racist, maybe you're brainwashed, maybe you're a little bit off your rocker. I don't know.
Right.
I can't speak for you. I don't know. But you look in the mirror, man, because this is some crazy shit.
Yeah.
And I'm not advocating for another January 6th. I'm not advocating that people do that. But I am saying this, and I've said this to people that have local power. I can say that. Aside from locality, they're not big players by any stretch.
Yeah.
But I've said this to many people. I said, you can go out there on street corners and you can protest and people honk and it's we support it and this and that. You can do that. You can do that every weekend if you want. I said, but here's what I say to everybody. What's next?
Right.
Because you can sit here and do this all day. It's your constitutional right until the Nazi police force comes and tells you can't. But you have that right as far as right now. You have that right to do that. Until Trump suspends the Constitution, which I know he's going to try and do, you have that right. But, okay, great. That's step one. What's the next step? What's the step after that?
Right.
How are we going to do this? You got guys like Gavin Newsom and Pritzker in Illinois that are like, well, if you guys think you're going to redraw districts to add a couple of seats, I can do that in California and add about 30.
Right.
Illinois can do it and add about 15. So if you want to play that game, literally, they have to play by their rules. They have to play that game.
Right.
You can't sit there anymore like Michelle Obama did and say, when they go low, we go high. No, fuck that. Fuck that. That is a terrible strategy.
Right.
If they go low, I want them to be like, where did they go? Oh, they're under my feet. go low.
Yeah.
Go low and take them the fuck out, because you have to do it. You can't play nice guy anymore. You just can't do it. Well, we're going to play by the rules. Well, they're changing the rules all the damn time.
Right.
Why do you have to follow these rules?
Yeah.
And Gavin Newsom, not only is he saying, hey, I'm going to do this, so whatever gains you have, they're going to be completely gone. But literally on his socials, he's writing his socials like Trump writes his in all caps. Yep. And like, I'm dying. I'm reading them and dying them. And of course, Fox News is like, oh, can you believe it? I'm like, he's just doing what your president is doing, and you're all gaga over that. But he does it, and what? Now you're not?
Right.
Come on.
Yeah.
But it's a problem. We got a problem. Houston, we have a problem. And I'm not sure what the solution is, per se. They're in the streets of Washington. That could eventually become Chicago and New York. And that doesn't end there. I mean, we're here in a small Midwestern town, about an hour from Chicago. And 38,000 people. At what point do, like, Valpo or Porter County sheriffs just start walking down streets?
Right.
And then what? Like, why are you here? What are you doing?
Right. Because a majority of red state National Guards and police departments and sheriff's departments have already said, oh, yeah, we'll cooperate with ICE.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so protecting and serving is apparently not your priority, which, hey, most people already fucking knew.
Yep.
But now you're just admitting it outright.
Right.
Which, hey, it makes our life easier saying, fuck the police, because, hey, what you are doing is proving the point that so many people have been saying for decades.
Yeah.
For decades. You've never been protecting and serving the citizens of the country.
Nope.
You've been protecting and serving capital.
Yep.
And capitalists.
Correct.
And that's it.
Mm-hmm.
And now you're working with a Nazi police force.
Yes.
So it is just a matter of time. And it's just disturbing.
Yeah, it really is. And once again, I'm not advocating you take to the streets with bats or weapons or anything else, but be prepared.
Yeah.
Is all I'm saying. It's funny, like 5 years ago, 10 years ago, there'd be all these YouTubers, and they're probably still out there, these preppers, right? And they're coming up with these little underground homes and all these non-perishable items and water and all this other shit. And you're like, how crazy. And now I'm like, homie probably has an idea here.
Blood might be cooking with this one.
He might be cooking. That might be the right thing to do, just to go to some small town with like 500 people and just dig.
Right.
And just dig and just make your own little utopia under the ground. Man, it's crazy.
Billionaires are doing it.
Yeah. Yes, they are.
Yep. Didn't Zuck just buy an island?
Yeah.
A getaway island?
Yep.
To escape from the inevitable?
Yes, he did.
Interesting.
Yeah. I mean, he's going to build his mansion, and he'll probably just have some security force working there for him.
Right. Private military.
Yeah. Like all the dudes James Bond used to fight.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
It's crazy. But I don't know, by all means, we always encourage engagement, no matter what side of this you fall on. Although why you would fall on the other side is beyond me at this point. I don't get it. There's America and what it should represent, and then what is now.
Yeah.
That is literally the two sides. And to me, there really isn't a choice.
No.
There isn't. It's, you want to get back to the values of what this is. Back in the 80s, I did some work for the 19th Ward Democratic Organization. I was 11 years old. I was going door to door doing straw polls. So they were probably grooming me, not in the sense of like Drake. That's right, Drake.
Right.
Not in the sense of like that, but they're grooming me in that, last name Maloney, and he's a young kid and he's interested. So let's
get this dude into politics.
Roll out the carpet for him, see what he can do. And I loved it. I loved it because it was just about helping people. It was about representing unions, workers. It was about making sure that the homeless found a home and that people didn't go hungry and like all that important shit, right? The stuff that they should just do as part of their job.
Right.
I used to love that. And one thing that was always amazing is that whether someone was a Republican or a Democrat, no one gave a shit. Like, you didn't sit there and be like, oh, my next door neighbor's Ralph and he's a Democrat and F that guy. That never happened in the 80s. It didn't. It did not happen. You did not like or dislike someone because they were sitting there and be like, oh, I love Reagan. You just be like, oh, well, good for you.
Yeah.
You just went on your day. It was like, whatever. You know, what good is it going to be in this world for me to get all cranky about who someone supports? You do you. You do you.
Right.
Ultimately, you go to the ballot box and cast one vote. You do you, man. And that's what it used to be. And no one gave, like, a huge shit about it. And when there was a presidential election, be like, yeah, that dude won. Okay, yeah, you want to watch the game tomorrow night?
Right.
Yep, done. It was done. Literally, there was no water cooler talk. If there was, it was just the next day. And then it was done.
Yeah.
Like, it just didn't exist. And I think social media has a lot to do with where we're at today as well, as mainstream media and other shit. It's just awful. It's just awful. It almost makes me wish, like, I could go to one of those remote islands, like off of India, like where there's like a tribe there that
no tribe.
Yeah.
Just be like, bros, please let me join.
Please, can I just like whatever? I wear that little sack over my junk and then I throw a spear? Yeah.
Sounds very freeing.
That sounds great. All right.
An escape from capitalism? Count me in.
Count me in. Count me in. Obviously, you guys have been doing this 1,000 years. You find a way to eat and live. Okay, let's do this thing. I get it. I totally get it. But I don't know. You know, it's like we don't like to bring people down per se in our show. And we had always said we don't want to become a political podcast, although some of our openers, we do tackle that.
Right.
But I think it's just important enough to have the conversation because when you see what's going on, I just think it's bullshit.
Right. And if you've got a platform, because of course we talked before season 1 started on our move from radio to podcast about not being a political show. But how do you not talk about the craziest shit going on?
Right.
How can you avoid talking about that?
They're giving us content left and right.
It's the only thing on most people's minds, at least most people who are woke to the crazy shit going on.
Right.
You see these crazy stories all the time, and it's like, how do we not chat about this?
Yep.
It's insane.
Yeah, you have to. So I don't mind having the conversation. I don't mind having the conversation with you. You know, it's two different generations and perspectives, but one thing that we know that even though he represents Gen Z and millennials and I'm more like the Gen X, even though we may have different views on certain things or maybe different views on how we get from A to B, ultimately we agree on the same thing that what exists now cannot remain. It just can't. You know, and if that means, you know, like Gavin Newsom ends up being the candidate, I don't want to hear young Americans, Gen Alpha or Gen Z or Generation Alpha, whatever frickin' letter you put after generation. I don't want them being like, he's not liberal enough for me. Motherfucker, I'm going to tell you this. If you don't get your ass into that voting booth and vote for him or Kamala or Pritzker or it does not matter. All right? You need to vote for blue. No matter how centrist or left or whatever, because the other option is horrific.
Right.
All right? Vote for blue. Get blue in there. All right? AOC's not going to sit there and quit. She's like, oh, I'm not going to leave this blue party because it's too centrist. She's going to fight for her shit. And there are other people like AOC, like possibly the next mayor in New York. Awesome. Great. But vote blue. If you don't vote and you're sitting there and you're getting all mad about ICE, no, fuck you. You don't have a right to do that. You don't. Because you said, nah, I'm too lazy enough and I'm just disengaged and whatever, so I'm not going to vote. Well, if you don't vote, then you don't have a say. That's my personal opinion.
Right.
And if you sit there, look, I'm not saying you have to vote. You can protest. You can be like, nope, I'm not doing it. I don't believe in this shit. Fine. But don't sit there a week later or a month later or a year later, be like, oh my God, blah, 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 and ICE and Washington, D.C. and all. Nope, you don't have a right to say that. You forfeited that right. When you said, if Trump gets in there, whatever, you own that now. You own it. If you voted for him, you own it. If you stayed home and didn't vote, you own it.
Yeah.
What is going on is on you. Plain and simple.
Right.
And to anybody that didn't vote, or to anybody who voted for Trump, I literally, to their face, would say, all of this shit going on, it is on you.
Right.
At each and every one of you. And it's you can call it tough love, you can call it whatever you want. I just call it the truth.
Yeah.
That's the way it is. And I'm just saying, get your ass out there and vote. Stop fucking around.
Right. If the midterms actually still exist next year.
If it's not rigged. You don't know. I don't know.
There's already evidence 2024 was.
Oh, 100%. 100%. There are guys in the CIA, Federal Election Commission, a lot of other places that are like, now that the night the election happened, and I know Aiden, who is sitting right here to my left, will confirm this because we talked about it. I literally said the numbers don't match up. As the national total came in, I'm like, these numbers don't match up. Trump had less votes than he did 4 years prior. Okay? Less. And managed to win. Yet earlier in the day, we have amazing turnout. This could be the best turnout ever. Okay. Then where did all these votes go?
Right. And every time the pedophilic dementia president, slips up and says, oh yeah, Elon Musk helped. He knows how those election machines work. Oh, really? And then you've got, what's his name, Peter Thiel, or whoever owns Planeteer, who does, like, back end for all these machines and everything.
Yes, he
It's
does.
insane. It's something we've been saying for years, that every accusation is a confession with these people.
Yes.
So when 2020 happened, and there was, it's election interference, it was stolen from me. Well, 2024 rolled around, and that's exactly what you did.
Yeah.
You interfered with the election and you stole it.
Yep.
So, yeah, if 2026 elections even happen, or if they're all redistrict and whatever weird mid-decade census they're trying to plot, I don't know.
No, and that's the thing, Aiden. Literally, the House and the Senate have to flip. They both have to flip in 26. If they do, I swear to God, the very first thing in session, articles of impeachment, immediately.
Right.
Like, without hesitation, should be the first thing that they do. Because they're going to pass it in the House and they're going to pass it in the Senate, and he's done.
Yeah.
He's done. He's out the door. They are not going to fuck around. They shouldn't anyway.
Right.
That should be the first thing to do. Now, for some people, they're like, okay, that's just as scary because you're going to take his little minion and make him the president. Maybe so. But you just got done impeaching him. He's going to be powerless for 2 years.
Right.
He's going to be powerless. There's really... They'll put him in check for 2 years.
Yeah.
And hopefully set it up for Gavin or Pritzker or whoever the hell's going to run. They're going to set it up for them to get the big dub. And then you fix all the shit.
Right.
And you are going to have to spend your first 100 days undoing all the shit he's done.
Right.
It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. And then going through all of the different law enforcement, right? So your FBI and your local police and state police and DEA and Homeland, and weed out all the bad actors.
Right.
And that's going to take years.
Yeah. And it's the National Guard also.
Yeah.
It's your lawful duty to report if you're being sent to break the law.
Mm-hmm.
And the National Guard's not doing that.
Mm-mm.
So it's going to have to be a huge overhaul.
Massive.
Because if that's how quickly every government agency can be compromised,
yeah.
Well, they were cooked before we even knew it.
100%. Yeah. So there's a lot to do. There's a lot to do, and I'm sure we'll have a lot more shows where we talk about this kind of stuff. And like I said, this is a fun show, and we like to have fun, and we like to laugh, and we like to do all kinds of crazy shit. But we do like to open the show sometimes and just talk about real shit. And this is real. It's bothering us here in this red state of Indiana, although we live in a very purple part of the red state of Indiana, and there's just enough people here of goodwill, I want to say. And I know there's other people of goodwill across this country that live in Florida, that live in Texas. I read a story the other night. There was a special election for a Florida House seat in a district that Trump won, and the Democrat won by more than 20 points or some shit like that. So that bodes well. I think maybe in South Carolina something similar happened. So you see little things like that, and it gives you a little bit of hope, like, okay, people are done.
Right.
People are done. And not everybody on the right is a crazy MAGA fascist. There's still people on the right that are like John McCain right, George H.W. Bush right, and like just different, more like fiscal conservatives and those types of people. I used to like those conversations because those were just different little ideologies, and ultimately both parties always wanted what was best for the country, and despite the differences. It'd be nice to get back to that someday. I don't know if we can, but that party has to root out all of these crazy right. Sarah Palin was just the beginning. And I knew it. I'm like, there are more of her. We got to watch out. There are more of her, and that is going to be a real problem.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's just my hope that we fix this, because if things don't go the way we want them to at the midterms, I think it's over, dude.
Yeah.
I really do. I have friends smart friends, good friends, that they had the ability to get not only their passport, they had their passport, but citizenship. One in Ireland and his wife in Poland.
Right.
And they got it done. She's a professor in Stanford. This is called a brain drain. You're going to have so many smart, creative people, smart business people, and they're going to fucking go.
Yeah.
They are going to get the hell out of here. And everybody's all the MAGAs are going to be like, oh, great, this, you leave. And no, that's bad for you.
Yeah.
That is bad for whatever is going to be left of this.
Right.
It's going to be very bad.
Yeah. How oppressed do you have to be for the brainwashing to break and you realize, hey, this is fucked up?
Right.
Because we're approaching that.
And by the time they get to that point, it's going to be too late.
Yeah.
Wait, I didn't want it to be this way. Well,
yeah,
dummy, it is.
Yeah. Welcome to the party.
Welcome to the party. But anyway, that's just kind of maybe a first conversation of this whole police state thing we got going on. It's not great. I don't feel good about it. But, we'll continue to keep our eye on things and chat about it. As I said, we welcome the engagement. So Mark Mo Show has a Facebook page. You can hit us up on any of the socials. And we're happy. We're happy to have that conversation with you. And we appreciate each and every one of you that listen, no matter where you fall on this. And if you happen to fall on that other side, we welcome you to just open your mind and just think about shit.
Right.
Just think about it. All right? And think about what's really going on out there. And sometimes I say this to Christians. I grew up Catholic. I was Catholic, went to a Catholic high school, Jesuit university. So when it comes to Christians, they largely disappoint me because they're supposed to care about others. They're supposed to love others. You are supposed to put them and the needs of the hungry and the destitute before your own.
Right.
That is how some of this shit works. And they don't.
Right.
And they don't. There are way too many fake Christians out there today, way more than there have ever been. And I'm not saying Christianity is the end-all, be-all. It isn't. It's one of a numerous amount of cults out there that all believe in, here was this guy and he had magical powers and, this because his dad's up there and it's like, I'm going to impregnate this chick and then he's going to come out and he's going to walk on water and loaves of bread and wine and Here's the funny part. Jesus went into the temple. He went into the temple with all the corrupt businessmen. He flipped that shit.
Yeah.
He got violent. So, trust me, I see you. It's the reverse John Cena.
Yeah.
You can't say, oh, I do see you.
Yeah.
I've seen you for a long time. Took a lot of theology at Loyola. I know your shit.
Right.
So I see you and I know you, and man, I'm telling you right now, it's wake up. Wake up. Especially the single issue voters. Oh, abortion, that's all I care about. Really? Okay. All right. My take on that, and I know this gets us off the highway, but we do this from time to time. Single issue voters, like abortion, just as an example. If you don't like it, it goes against your values or whatever. Here's an amazing concept. Don't get one.
Right. Don't do it.
Don't do it.
You don't have to do it.
Don't do it. Tell your kids, hey, I don't like this. Whatever. Keep it in your house. That's fine.
Right.
That's it. That's it. Don't get one.
Yeah. There's a reason why it's a personal choice.
Personal choice. Exactly. We got to protect the baby. You got to protect the baby. And then when it comes out, everybody ignores it. Oh, now it's a welfare child. Well, fuck that kid.
Right.
Nope.
Yeah. The same people, illegalize abortions, are the same people cheering that there's no more free school lunches.
Yep.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
What's wrong with you? You got kids in school that are hungry. I once again, fake Christians. I cannot deal with them.
There's no hate quite like evangelical love.
You said it.
Yeah.
You said it. Man, I think we end with that pipe bomb. Man, that says it right there. Well, as I said, we're going to keep our eye on this shit. We're going to keep talking about stuff. And as I said, please engage if you want. But I want America back. Not that America's been perfect. It's very imperfect. But I think largely it tries to do the right things. And I think we need to get back to that.
Yeah.
I think we need to get back to that. But at any rate, this is about the time where we breathe and we take a little bit of a break. And when we come back, we are going to lighten the mood. We're going to lighten this mood with a little Carpe Diem. All right, we are back, everybody, and it is time for Carpe Diem. You find beautiful, wonderful people, send us your DMs, and we read them on the podcast. And if they are in the form of a question, we might answer them. We might.
Within reason.
Within reason. It's up to our discretion is basically what I'm saying.
A fair way to put it.
Yes,
yeah.
Really.
We are open to coercion.
Oh, I agree.
We offer coercion.
Look, we talked about that capitalism earlier. It's like we hate it, but in the same sense,
it's a system we're trapped in.
If really, we're just trying to survive.
Exactly.
So if you throw us a Benji or two,
or 10,
well, we might read it.
Yeah, you question
or
might
10.
Make it. Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly. That's it. We're going to make it a competition,
right?
But at any rate. So I have some DMs. I know you do. You want to start us off?
Certainly.
Awesome.
I've got one here from Evil Genie, checking in again, asking, I offer you $1,000 for every flight of stairs you climb continuously, but you have to determine how many flights. If you fail, you lose all the money. Ooh. How many flights of stairs are you attempting?
It's 1,000 per flight.
1,000 a flight. And you have to tell how many flights you're going to do. So I'm guessing continuously means no breaks at all. Just step after step. It doesn't say a pace, though.
You can do it slowly.
Pace yourself. $1,000 a flight. I feel like I would start getting tired after 4 or 5, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it doesn't mean I would stop. With money on the line, I'm thinking 10. I could do 10 flights, $10,000. By 8 or 9, I'm probably winded. But I wouldn't need to stop. I think I wouldn't need to stop. I'd be fine. 10 flights of stairs and 10 G's is a nice, comfortable amount of money.
I'm going 20.
20 flights.
I'm going 20.
Brave.
I will myself to do it and then die.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
then die.
$20,000 barely covers the medical bills. Because,
Right, exactly.
Hey, this is America.
When I stroke out, oh, here's your money. Oh, yeah, just hand it to that doctor.
Yeah.
That's how it works.
I've got a DM here from Gumbo James.
Gumbo.
Asking, what are your favorite video games from after 2010?
Ooh. After 2010.
After 2010. So that takes away pretty much most of the PS2 era video games.
Correct.
Which is kind of the system I grew up with in my later youth.
Yeah.
But it leaves games like Black Ops. Call of Duty Black Ops, I think, came out late 2010.
Ghost.
Yeah, pretty much all of the Call of Duties.
All the Call of Duties.
From the 2010s, at least.
Yeah.
The 2020s, I'm not convinced. But
GTA 5.
GTA 5 is a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, the main Black Ops series 1, 2, and 3, and then the original Modern Warfare 3, I think, came out after 2010.
Mm-hmm.
Those would all be up there. I think Madden 2015 was a good one.
Yeah.
I think we had that for 360.
Yeah, we did.
What
was the college football one? Was that 2014?
2014, I think.
Because that was a pretty good game.
That was a good one.
As far as like creativity and gameplay and everything, it was good.
Yeah. WWE 2010 was a good one.
That was a great
one.
That was a great one because in terms of controls,
the gameplay was
really good.
Clean.
And I thought the graphics were just good enough.
Yeah.
And if you wanted to create it, like the Creator Wrestler was really good.
I agree.
But I feel like in later iterations, either the creativity part got kind of wonky or the gameplay was just too much. Like you had to do way too many things on the controller.
It was a complete control overhaul. Like the gameplay from like the PS2 era 2000 to 2010 WWE games and the early 2010s WWE games on the 360, the control schemes were very similar.
Yeah.
Whereas like once you hit the 2K era, like WWE 13 and on, the controls got a complete overhaul. It was a pain to relearn.
Oh, it was.
And I still don't know how to play those games.
I don't.
Quite well.
I don't.
It's really tough.
And there's some fun creative things on, I think, 13. That might be the one with Punk on it.
Yep.
There are really some neat creative parts of that one. But, like, the gameplay itself is a little bit clunky.
Yeah.
And, like, I sit there and I'll be playing and I'll be like, oh, my God, how do I throw this guy into the ropes again?
Right,
and, like, you're trying to
right.
figure it out. Meanwhile, he just, like, grabbed a chair and smacked your ass. And now you're like, oh, God.
Yeah. So that's kind of tough. But I would say that was the golden era, GTA 5, and like
agreed,
the heart of the Call of Duty games. Last DM I got here, Crippy Grew checking in, asking what makes someone immediately unattractive.
I
would say a bad attitude first and foremost.
Yeah,
especially if you're out and about and they're like throwing jabs at your friends or like gossiping behind people's backs or like mistreating the service staff. Like that's such a low thing to do. Like that really paints you poorly as a human being. So that I think is first and foremost, like first impressions, especially when it comes to attitude, I think are super important and can immediately just turn me off from even considering becoming an acquaintance, let alone a friend. You know?
Right. Yep.
I think that's priority numero uno in my book.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I don't. There was someone in, I can't mention who they are, but like they're semi-important locally, and so I saw one day I was at a coffee shop and I saw how this person was treating another person, and this other person wasn't doing anything. Like they weren't being a bad person. They were just like gave an answer that they didn't like, and they just became an instant asshole. And I saw that and I'm like, what a jerk.
Right.
And so immediately I was just like wrote them off. I'm like, nope. I'm like, I know I don't carry myself that way, so when I see other people doing it, it just really, really bugs me.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would say that. I would say, man, what makes someone unattractive? I'd say people that are just fake as fuck.
Yeah.
Really bug me because there are definitely some people out there that are fake. They do shit for clicks. They do shit for, they just want to be the center of attention.
Yeah.
I hate that shit.
People that code switch all the time.
Yep.
Just like, that I completely agree with.
Yeah, I can't stand. And sometimes you don't know. You don't know until you know.
Right.
And then you wake up one day and be like, man, that person's really, like, I genuinely woke up this morning and now I don't know who that person is.
Yeah.
I just have no idea who they are or what they stand for. And I know a few people like that.
Yeah.
And it's disappointing, but, at some point, people will reveal who they really are. And sometimes it's sad.
Yeah, that is true.
It really is, but at least we know.
Right. Yeah, better to find out late than never.
Yep.
How fake someone is.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. Always painful, though.
It is.
Well,
yeah, because if you grow to like someone or to be like, yep, I'm letting this person into my universe, and then could be days, weeks, months later, and then you wake up and you're like, fuck.
Right.
That person was not who I thought that person was.
Right, and it's like I like to think that I value my time well.
Yeah.
And especially if someone were to do that, then my immediate first thought is like, wow, they wasted my fucking time.
Yeah.
Or like, I wouldn't say I rethink whether or not like I would immediately trust someone again, but it's more so just like, that person wronged me by simply being fake, because it's very easy to just be genuine, and if you are being genuine and they're being genuine and you don't get along, that's fine. That's fine. That's A-okay. Hey, we weren't meant to be like bros. That's chill. Don't have the same hobbies or whatever. But if I'm being genuine and you're being fake for whatever your end goal is, because God only knows, right? Then it's just like, you wasted my fucking time.
Yeah.
I could have been talking with someone that genuinely likes the shit that I do and I like the shit that they do.
Yes, correct.
Yeah. Foul behavior.
Yeah, agreed. So you got, was that your last
That was my final DM.
That was your last one, all right. Excuse me, I clear my throat. Excuse me while I clear my throat. Ba-na-na-na-na-na-na-na. That's all we can do.
That's all we can do.
That's all we can do. I'm not getting hit. Nope. All right. The first one this week is from Godbert Gilfrey.
That name sounds oddly familiar.
It does. Godbert Gilfrey. Life isn't easy as a parrot, You think when you die, you go to a cloudy existence surrounded by loved ones. I'm a talking cartoon parrot. What the hell happened?
Mine.
Well, I don't know. Kind of had that one coming.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what to tell you there, brother.
Yeah. That's a tough go. But thanks for chatting with us from the afterlife, though. Right. We do
a very impressive feat.
Yeah. Oh, it is definitely. At CP Bar Diver, Crown Point is a fun town after the sun goes down. Name a better one. I'll wait.
Oh, interessante.
Yeah.
See, I'm not much of a night scene guy with my boomer schedule, which is kind of dictated by my job. So I don't necessarily have a great answer. I know which towns I deliver the most beer to because that's my job.
So there could be some correlation there.
I could infer. Crown Point is a huge one. Crown Point is huge. Valpo's huge, but Valpo closes early for some reason.
A lot of places do, yeah.
So I kind of agree. I'm kind of tempted to say Crown Point.
Yeah, I am too. There's no other town, and for many of you, because we do have listeners outside of the region, all across the country, around the world, the whole jazz, right? And so these towns we might bring up, it's going to be pops and buzzes to you. You're just not going to know. But as a relation, if you're in a major city somewhere, these would be like towns the size of some of your suburbs, that kind of stuff. And so there's towns here like Cherville and Maryville and Dyer and Munster and Hammond, Gary, Lake Station. It goes on. And none of those towns scream like party to me.
Right.
Like you think about Griffith, and yeah, you got the billiards hall, and you have, oh God, I'm trying to think of that one other bar. I was just at it on a bar crawl. But like other than those couple places, like that's most towns. They just got a couple spots, and that's what they've got. Yeah, Crown Point and Valpo, that's like 1 and 2. You could flip-flop either way.
Yeah.
On that for sure. But yeah, I don't know. And to be fair, I would probably throw Michigan City in the loop. I think they've come a long way in recent years. I think there's a lot of fun places up there. So those would be the top 3 for me.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, Crown Point might be at the top.
Yeah, I would think the same.
So we're right with you, Bar Diver. At the Missing Link 22. I am from Ireland and I want to visit the States. I am guessing I should probably wait a while.
Yeah. I think visiting the States was a bad idea already.
Yeah.
Before all this started happening, because if you need visitor's insurance to make sure you don't go medically bankrupt visiting somewhere, I would not recommend visiting that place.
Oh, yeah.
I would consider that a shithole of a country.
Agreed.
So it was already a bad idea.
Yeah.
Now it's a terrible idea.
Oh, yeah.
I would recommend you wait. You're in Europe, dog. You are surrounded by really neat countries to visit.
Yep.
The U.S. is not worth it, bro.
No.
Like New York City, L.A., Chicago, fun places to visit. You could easily spend a week in Chicago doing a bunch of different stuff. But don't risk it.
No.
Don't
no
risk
reason
it.
to.
Nah.
No reason to. My last one, as if we didn't know,
Yeah.
at Stoner Stanley 420. It happens again, Momo and Allen. Why it happens to me. I'm in a box, but I don't know.
Oh, no.
I'm sitting on the lid. Am I stuck forever?
Stan, brother.
Stan.
In a box. He's on the lid.
He's on the lid.
He doesn't know if he's stuck. I think, is he trapped in a bathroom stall?
He might be.
I think he's trapped in a bathroom stall.
He might be.
Dude, it locks from the inside. You can just slide the little doohickey.
Just slide it. Just slide it.
Yeah.
Even if you're in a box, like a regular box, well, I don't know how you get. I don't know.
Yeah.
All you have to do is push up.
Yeah.
Just push up.
Usually, people are typically stronger than cardboard.
Yes. Yeah.
I think he got this. I'm rooting for you.
How did he get in the box? Why did he get in the box?
Well, the people were chasing him. Then he didn't know what was going on. He was in the tree.
Right.
So I'm wondering if they got him and they put him in a box.
Maybe.
What if it's not a cardboard box? What if it's like a casket?
Oh, shit.
If he's like trapped, he's clearly got a telephone. If he's reaching out to us.
If he's reaching out to us.
If it's that case, I would say try 911 first.
That'd be a good call.
Yeah. And granted, even if they rescue you and your pockets are full of green in a place where it's illegal, I'd call some friends maybe.
It's a good idea.
Could be this spot.
Yep, I think so. Yep, for sure. All right, well, that concludes our DMs for this week. Reach out to our socials and send those DMs, and we'd love to have your comments as part of our show, for sure. It's about the time where we tap my co-host, Aiden, and have him mention some other food. No, it's not a burger, not a hot dog.
Not what you'd typically find at a diner.
No. So I am incredibly interested to see what Aiden has for us this week.
Very simply put, bull penis.
That's pretty straightforward.
Yeah, bull penis. Many cultures believe that eating penis of any kind imbues the diner with virality, health, and power.
Nope.
But most simply as a source of lean protein. Listen, champ, if you're going for lean protein, there's 1,000 other things you can eat.
Other things, yeah.
Bull, ox, yak, and buffalo are among the most common eaten, particularly in Eastern cultures, including China and notably Beijing. There is a restaurant in the capital called, I'm going to butcher this pronunciation, I'm sorry in advance, Guolizhuang, I think. I tried.
Oh.
Dedicated to serving penises of all kind, from bull and buffalo to seal and snake.
No.
I've never seen a snake penis before, and I don't want to, let alone know what it tastes like. According to those familiar with the delicacy, penis tends to taste tough and sinewy. And, quote, benefits from being braised or slow cooked.
No.
Yeah, there's a little other food insight for you.
That sounds awful.
For anyone who is hungry, you're welcome. I probably just saved you a few bucks on takeout. You are no longer interested in.
Oh, not at all. This is not good.
You doing your
I am
investigative
repulsed.
duty?
I am repulsed.
Looking up images
of bulb peni. Yeah,
which is now forever in your Google image search.
Oh, awesome! I can't wait. Yeah, this is horrific.
Yeah, terrible.
Yeah, this is pizzle.
Pizzle.
That's people refer to it as. Somebody did a hashtag pizzle. Okay.
Sounds like a rapper's nickname.
It really does. It really, really does.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. This is...
Well, pizzle for dinner.
Yeah. Mom, can we have pizzle? Sure, Bobby. That sounds great.
Braised or slow cooked, Bobby?
Yo, baby, braise that penis. No, that's...
I like that shit sinewy.
Oh, that is bad. Yikes. All right.
A delicacy, I think you meant to say.
A delicacy, yes. Yeah, I'll have the potato salad and those onion rings look real good. Let's get a side of onion rings and hey, how about that bull pizzle? You get what is that? That's about a foot long and then some. All right.
You got a snake cock?
You got some snake cock by chance? Yes, I'd like a side of chicken dick. Nah, no way.
A man who knows his peni.
A man that knows his peni. All right. Well, you know what? Let's get off the bull penis.
Already?
That did not sound right at all. Nah, I would not get off that bull penis. Anyway, it is time for the Fry Guy Fry Review. And it was just a matter of time before we got to this place as well. Because it is a place that it holds a deep place in my heart, down deep in the cockles. Man, we just went from
dear
penis
friend.
to cockles.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah.
So, I went to White Castle.
God bless White Castle.
Now, you folks in the South are probably going to go, what? What is that? Okay, you have something called Crystals. That's like the anti-White Castle. That's like, oh, we don't have a White Castle, so we're going to make one of my own. Yeah, let's see how shittily we can do it.
Right.
Yeah, Crystals is not great. Although Crystals fries are pretty good. Anyway, I'm not reviewing their fries.
Yeah.
I'm reviewing White Castle fries. Now, I often eat White Castle after midnight, usually more around 2 or 3 in the morning.
Sure.
You know, a little fuel up. Got to keep that party going, right? And so you get a couple of what we call here in the Midwest sliders. And you just get a couple of those cheesy sliders, and you're good to go, right? This is great stuff. Get the little mini hamburgers. You get these little mac and cheese bites, which are delightful. So many other good things. So, you get the fries. I had a really tough time reviewing this.
Oh, no.
I'm not a fan. Their fries are of the crinkle, I think, variety,
cut?
to be fair.
Yeah.
That's the closest thing I can think of is their crinkle cut. But they're limp dick. They're limp dick fries. You pull them out and they just flop.
Soggy.
Completely flop.
Yeah.
That's a problem. I've never had hot White Castle fries ever in any existence.
I agree.
Never had them hot. They're never salted. Ever.
That's true.
Like, you get them and you're like, oh, fries, and you put a couple in your mouth and you're just like,
Yeah.
You could use some salt. Or ketchup, or both.
Right.
So I had the fries, and after I ate 2 or 3 that were like lukewarm, they got cold real fast.
Yeah.
Real fast. And we've talked about cold fries. You just can't do it.
Right.
It's like when fries get cold, I throw them in the garbage.
Yeah.
So I do. My review is not going to be kind.
Yeah. Not glowing.
It's not good. They're just not good.
I've honestly always agreed with that. I always just like White Castle, you go for the burgers.
Yes.
You fuck with some onion rings.
Onion rings are good. The cheesy bites are good.
But that's it.
Yeah.
I never have liked their fries.
No.
I'm interested to see out of 10 where they land for you, though.
Yeah, I'm thinking a 5.5.
5.5? To be honest, that's even more generous than I would have been.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had to grade them as I got them.
Yep.
And
It's the law.
I've had them worse. Like, I literally have gotten a couple of burgers and a fry, and I go home. It takes me 5 minutes to get home from where this White Castle is in our town. And I get home, flip on the TV, open my bag, and the fries are cold.
Yeah.
Like, they just cool down so fast. Or they were just cold when I got them.
Yeah. They were lukewarm when you received them, and they just cooled down.
Yeah. So it would have been under 5 had they been like that, had they been cold. But like I said, the first 3 or 4 or 5 that I ate were at least lukewarm. So I don't know, 5.5. 5.5.
Yeah.
I think I'm being kind, but
I would agree.
But it's what I have to do. White Castle, you gotta up your fry game.
Up the fry game.
For sure.
Never change the burgers. They're great.
Burgers are fine.
Also, bring back the mac and cheese bites. I don't know why they disappeared for
why they do that.
4 months at a time.
Right.
Oh, we got the shrimp nibblers. Okay.
Why?
Yeah.
Why? Yeah, give me some of those grub nibblers. Screw that. It's like, what's with this seafood shit? That's what I want to know. I don't get it. I don't. A lobster? Have you seen that thing?
Right.
It's the devil's spawn of Satan. That thing is gross.
It looks like the scorpion of the ocean.
Yes.
I don't know if they necessarily have stingy tails, but it looks the same.
Yep. It really is. And then you look at shrimp, and they're the bugs of the ocean.
Shrimps is bugs.
They're bugs.
Yeah.
They're the bugs of the ocean. And to eat it, you got to deter it? No.
Yeah.
What are we doing?
Most of the time, popcorn shrimp, they don't do that.
Nope.
The intestines and feces are still in there.
In it.
Yeah.
Nope. Mm-mm.
Yeah.
I'm out.
Just bring back the mac and cheese bites, up your fry game. That's our advice.
That's it. We love your burgers. The rest of it, do better.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd agree.
That's all I'm saying. Well, that takes us to our next break. And when we come back, our feature list. And there was a certain young lady and her football-playing boyfriend who had a vodcast, if you will. They got online, and they had an announcement of a new album. So this top 10 list is going to be related to this young lady.
Quite.
Quite indeed, when we return. All right, we are back for our feature segment. You just made the list here on the Mark Mo Show podcast. I'm your host, Mark Maloney, along with my co-host and producer, Aidan Maloney. This week, based on the announcement that Taylor Swift, has a new album coming out, something about the showgirl, whatever. Anyway, new album coming out. I mean, who drops promos like me, right? So
that's why they pay us the big bucks.
That's why they pay us the big bucks. So she's got this new album coming out. And I thought, hey, why not do a Tay Top 10, our 10 favorite Taylor Swift songs? And this is coming from a guy who listens to a lot of hard rock and metal and alt rock and Celtic punk and all that other stuff. But that being said, you can still appreciate good music when you get it.
True.
Or at the very least, innovators. And so here are my... Oh, by the way, silly me. You just made the list, our top 10 list, 10 through 2 with our big number 1 reveal. And hang on. Oh, let me see. Page 7, subsection C. Oh, yeah. The rules are that there are no rules.
Excellent.
Outstanding.
I love that rule.
We love that. I wish that was just a general rule for life.
Yeah.
That would be amazing. So here we go. I have 10. No honorable mentions this week. Here are my 10. Number 10, we are never, ever getting back together again. Number 9, Blank Space. Number 8, Love Story. Number 7, Wildest Dreams.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. That one almost made my top 10. That one did not make the cutting room floor, but I was thinking about it.
Okay. Number 6, Shake It Off. Shake It Off. That's all you get.
Gonna get content ID'd.
Yeah, don't want to go down that road. Yeah, it's just like knock. Yeah, who is it? Oh, it's Taylor.
Oh no.
Shit. Yeah, you sang 8 seconds of my song. Where's my royalty check? Nah, I don't want to live in that world. Number 5, Bad Blood.
Oh, yeah. There you go.
Yep. Number 4, Anti-Hero. Number 3, Cruel Summer.
Nice.
And number 2, Lavender Haze.
Nice. That's a good list.
Thank you.
It's a good list.
I appreciate that.
Couple similarities on mine.
Okay.
I would say. Number 10, Karma, featuring Ice Spice. It's a pretty good track. Number 9, Delicate. I enjoy that one. Number 8, Ready for It.
Ooh.
Number 7, I had Cruel Summer.
Okay.
Number 6, I Knew You Were Trouble.
Oh.
It's kind of a bop. Number 5, I had Lavender Haze, the Snake Hips remix.
Oh, okay.
Kind of a jumpy, more of a, I'd say almost club mix in a way. Kind of a fun,
so a little bit more up-tempo take of that song? Okay.
Yeah.
I'll have to check that one out.
Yeah, kind of a fun listen. Number 4, Midnight Rain.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
Number 3, Bad Blood with Kendrick Lamar. And number 2, Lavender Haze.
I love it.
Yeah.
That's great. Yeah, that's a bop.
It is a good one. Yeah.
I do like that one.
That was a good, that entire album was pretty excellent.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would agree.
Midnights, I think it was called, that album.
That sounds right.
Yeah.
Yep, that does sound right. I now will give you my number 1.
The big reveal.
The big reveal. It's a little bit of a surprise, I think, but it is genuinely my favorite song of hers. I don't know if lyrically it just hits, but I do enjoy the music as well. Ivy is my number 1 song. I dig it. As a matter of fact, when my friends kidnapped me and took me to her concert at the movie theater, I was just like, man, and look, there are some theaters like our theater here in Portage, Indiana. It's a very nice theater, big theaters, and they have those recliner chairs and the whole. So if you go to a late show, at least for me, I'm screwed.
Yeah, snoozing.
I'm screwed. If it is not an up-tempo kind of movie, I am done, man. I just like get all comfy and I'm out.
Yeah.
Especially in the wintertime when you have like coat with you and stuff that, and you can kind of. I'm done. I'm sleeping.
Yep.
And it's just like, wow, I just paid $15 to fall asleep.
Yeah.
Holy shit. But I went and saw that, and it kept my attention, and I thought, like, the music was good, and the set design was amazing, how they did everything so quickly in between, like, literally was like music videos on the stage. It is unbelievably how detailed these things were. So, like, when she did Ivy live, I think that might have been the selling point for me.
I see.
It was like a good song, and lyrically it was solid, but like she did it on stage live like that, and I was like, wow, that was impactful.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
That's really righteous.
Yep.
That's fun. My number 1, Vigilante Shit. I think it's a great bop. An excellent tune.
Interesting.
Yeah. I believe that's off the same Midnights album.
I believe so, yeah.
So the top 2 off the same album, but great track.
I'm definitely... The fact I have a number 1 and I missed it, I am now going to have to kind of go back and give that one a re-listen.
Yeah.
Because I'm pretty sure I would like it.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah. So, interesting.
Fun list.
That was a fun list. So, as we always say every week, hit us up on the DMs, and if there are some songs that we miss, maybe some that we've mentioned that you like, by all means, hit us up.
Yeah, absolutely.
Most definitely. So, all right, we are going to move forward to the old review preview. We review movies. We preview movies. I do it for a magazine that I write for, The Entertainer magazine. I do a movie article, and I also do a restaurant bar review. So the review I have this week is a film called Weapons. Now, the movie is a 2025 American mystery horror film, revolves around the mysterious disappearance of all but one child from a single classroom in a small town. The film explores the ensuing chaos and trauma as parents and authorities grapple with the inexplicable event, while the surviving student and the teacher, Justine, who's played by actress Julia Garner, becomes a focal point of the investigation. Weapons delves into themes of trauma, social collapse, and the impact of unexplained events on a community. Garner and Josh Brolin are great in the film. There's a lot of suspense and mystery wrapped up in like a Pulp Fiction-esque style of storytelling. There are a handful of really great jump scares, a little bit of gore, but not too much, and some dark humor sprinkled throughout. Very, very well done. I enjoyed myself thoroughly. 8.9 out of 10. So for me to give that grade, especially for a horror movie, it's good.
Yeah, we are quite critical of horror movies. And their excellence or failures. So that is an impressive score.
Yeah, I really, really enjoyed it, and I think you will too. So run out to see it, or just wait until, I don't know,
it's on streaming or whatever.
Some streaming service grabs
or
it. Or
just pirate it.
You could do that too.
Yeah.
Jump on some dark Reddit, something or other, and go down that rabbit hole and try not to infect your computer with something.
Yeah.
And I'm sure the Chinese are going to grab it, so you'll find it.
You'll find it.
My preview is a movie called Honey Don't, and that kind of hits home. I've heard that more than once in my life. Honey Don't. It is a dark comedy about Honey O'Donoghue, a small-town private investigator who delves into a series of strange deaths tied to a mysterious church. Set in Bakersfield, California, the film focuses on a private investigator, a cult leader, and a mysterious woman. That's all they've revealed about it. Starring Margaret Qualley, Aubrey Plaza, Charlie Day, Chris Evans, along with Talia Ryder, Billy Eichner, Don Swayze, Lara Bova. Hell of a cast. Kind of a kooky concept. It's written and directed by Ethan Coen, so I'm sure it's funny.
Right.
The film premieres nationwide August 22nd.
Sounds like it's got potential. I like the sound of that.
Oh, yeah. Most definitely. Like, it's... I do dig a quirky comedy, and Ethan Coen is kind of a master of it.
Yeah.
So I will probably see that one.
Yes.
Yeah, that one looks just... Like, I like weird movies. Not necessarily something, like, incredibly avant-garde, but...
Right.
You know, if a movie's just a little bit weird, and Aubrey Plaza's in it, so she kind of owns that.
Yeah.
But, like, her style of it and her comedic style is just...
It's excellent.
Chef's kiss.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just fantastic.
Yeah,
so,
I would agree.
And Chris Evans is a funny dude, too, so I'm looking forward to this.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be good. But anyway, as it pertains to pop culture and music and movies and video games and a lot of other things, Aiden has a segment here called While You Were Sleeping, so it could just be something that we missed, we blinked our eye, and it kind of went by. So this week, Aiden, what do you have for us? What did we miss?
This week, another YouTuber flying under the radar. Kind of seems like they're popping off a little bit recently, but I love their content. So it's this dude, and he doesn't, like, go by any name. He always wears a mask on screen for anonymity, which I can respect. I mean, not everyone wants to be a public figure. But he's got, like, an engineering, scientific, electronics background, and uses that knowledge and skill to just be absolutely chaotic.
Oh, wow.
So he does these crazy experiments in the basement of his house. And I'll just give you some examples here of some of his most recent uploads. Using motor oil to fry cursed chicken. Filling a blimp with hydrogen in my basement.
Oh, God.
Because surely that'll go well.
Yeah.
How much paper can you add to food before someone notices? He built a gas-powered PC to test its limits.
Wow.
And, making a 100-outlet power strip to see what happens.
100 outlet.
100 outlet.
That sounds amazing.
And I think one of the ones that got me to like start watching his content, that got me to subscribe and everything, he did this video, I think it was a couple months ago, of testing out different liquids to cook rice in. You know, so we got like 3 different rice cookers, and
sure.
he was running different experiments. And he did it by like sets. So he would do a set of 3, and then a crazier set of 3, and an even crazier set of 3. And by the end, he was using Malort to cook rice. He was using cigarette water to cook rice. Oh,
God.
And then he used like a 2-month-old McDonald's McFlurry to try and cook rice.
That's gross.
And it's just really fun content. And he streams it all. Like the YouTube videos are like edited, cut down.
Oh, sure.
Clips of it. But he streams it all to a live audience. And it's just the craziest, most chaotic, fun experimos that the human brain somehow conceives. It's called Uwo's Lab.
What is it?
UWOS. Uwo's
Lab.
And he just does it all out of his basement.
That's amazing.
It is excellent.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love his little... Okay, so if I'm
that's his little caricature you're looking at.
A lot of times I do research on the fly as we do our show sometimes, and so I love his little logo guy that he's got on here. Very like anime style kind of thing. I dig it.
Yeah,
it is very cool.
Yeah, it's a fun time. It's a fun watch.
Uwo's Lab.
Yep,
I like it. All right, well. Check out Uwo's Lab.
Yeah, while you were sleeping, you're missing some fun content.
You miss it. Yeah. You miss it, but now you don't have to.
Exactly. You've been informed.
You've been informed. He's keeping an eye on this shit.
You're welcome.
He's telling you, so be grateful.
It's my duty.
Yep. Send him all the cash that you have.
And then go out and take a loan and send that also.
And send that as well. High interest, of course.
Yeah, of course.
And, make sure send him your social security card, credit card numbers, and any mothers, grandmothers you may have.
Title to your car, yeah, that too.
Title, yeah, because we do mother storage. So, we're happy to do that.
We'll see what we can do.
Yeah, definitely, no doubt. All right, that's awesome. Well, we are going to take a break, and then we're going to move on to the last parts of our show. We are going to review a tasty beer for you, and then this week we're going to take a break from the world of weird. No, I didn't do it right. Let me do that again.
Yeah.
We're going to take a break from the world of weird news, and we're going to do a little tier listing this week.
Tier listing.
And I thought this one would be fun, being that Aiden is a gamer, and we're going to do some gaming tier listing coming up. All right, we are back for the home stretch. Ladies and gentlemen, the Mark Mo Show podcast. Please like, subscribe, share, send carrier pigeons, whatever you want to do to spread the good word around. And we, of course, are going to talk about a very interesting beer here, a rainbow sherbet. Not sherbet.
Quite curious.
Sherbet. By Prairie Artisan Ales. So do you have any info for these fine, beautiful people, Aiden?
Yes, definitely. It's a regional brewery, this Prairie Artisan Ales, out of a place called Krebs, Oklahoma. The way they describe it is a summer-forward sour ale with raspberry, pineapple, and orange.
Ooh.
They add, do yourself a favor, toss one in the cooler on your way to the pool or river. You deserve a rainbow. That is a very kind thing to say.
It is.
For anyone unfamiliar, a sour beer, this one specifically a fruited sour, span effervescent American ales blended with heritage peachers, sour lagers, or with blackcurrant, blended with blonde ales, aged in wine barrels.
Wow.
So it kind of spans a wide range, but typically a sour ale is going to be more sour. But yeah, we'll give you some notes here on this rainbow sherbet flavored one. We're drinking it out the can today on this official beer review.
That's right.
And we will be letting you know on a scale from 1 to 5, or 0 to 5, how good we think it is. We're using the Untapped app, which is a free app on your phone. Not sponsored, but we are using it to rank these.
And I do have to say, I always like a lot of these microbrews and things like that. They have really interesting cans.
Yes, very eye-catching.
Very eye-catching. This is really... There's a lot going on. But there's like a lot of cartoon characters, a lot of fun colors on this can. Looks like a lot of space people in their flying automobiles.
Yeah.
And just kind of driving around. There's one guy in this little car. He's definitely too big for the car. I don't know what he's doing up in there. You got a couple dudes with green hair just chilling in this one.
One of them looks angry to be sitting in traffic down here.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I would be kind of angry in traffic too. So
especially if you're in the sky, just go higher.
just go higher. That's exactly right.
Oh man,
wow, there's a lot of traffic today. Let me jump up about 500 feet.
Yeah, right.
We're gonna fix that real quick. I love it.
All right.
We're gonna give it a go.
Of course, slancha.
Slancha to you. Wow.
Ooh.
Well, that's fun.
I agree. It's ooh. Oh, here's some... What it leaves on the tongue is interesting. There's something bready.
Yeah.
There's something bready about it afterwards. Because the first flavor you get is obviously the tart, of the sour ale. And then you get the little essence of fruit creeping in. But that flavor afterwards tastes like toast.
Yeah, it doesn't leave the same thing on your palate as a lot of ales or IPAs or anything else like that. They can leave that little bit of, what's the right word? Tang or...
Yeah, hoppy, piney.
Yep.
Yeah.
None of that.
Mm-mm. And it didn't even register on the IBU scale, which makes sense. It's not a hop-forward drink. But there is something it leaves on the tongue that's kind of bready, sweet, almost jammy.
Yeah.
In a way. That's quite good. I don't frequent sour ales because they, especially with microbrews, regional breweries, they tend to be a little more pricey. But I like this.
I do too.
It's very interesting on the tongue.
It is. Because, like I said, a lot of times you drink different beers, it'll linger.
Yeah.
A little bit on the palate. This is, this is, but not the same way.
No. I don't...
This is like after eating like a sour piece of candy.
Yeah. Yeah. Like it's almost like you get almost like a tart strawberry, and then it ends off with like a strawberry jam bready flavor.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I necessarily agree with rainbow sherbet.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
But it's almost, in my opinion, it's almost strawberry throughout. You know, very tart, almost like an unripe strawberry with the sour ale front notes, and then it just ends with like a jammy strawberry bread flavor. Mm-hmm. That is very tasty.
Very pleasant. I would agree. And once again, since we've been on this kick of beers that are ideal for the summertime,
yes,
this is one of them.
Oh yeah,
without a doubt.
The sour makes it refreshing.
It really does.
Yeah, that is really good, and it's not like sometimes fruited beers can get overly sweet, which does have its place, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But this is not one of them. It like respects the tart of the sour ale and it respects the tart of the fruit.
Yep.
Yeah, that's very good. I think I'm gonna give that a 3.5 out of 5. I really like that.
That's strong. Got a bit of a surprise here for you. These ratings, by the way, if you've never used Untapped, they go up to 5. And for me, this is a 4.25.
Nice. That's strong.
It really is. I really enjoy a beer that doesn't leave a lot of heavy shit on your palate, on your tongue.
Yeah.
And sometimes it does. Depending on the beer, I can usually deal with it. Truth be told, I can drink just about anything anyway. But that being the case, what it leaves is pleasant.
Yes,
And,
absolutely.
And kind of clean.
Yeah.
And I do rather enjoy it, after, especially with some of these beers. Now, this is a tall beer. This can is...
I think it's a 19-ouncer.
Is that what it
I
said?
believe.
Yeah. So it's definitely a taller can, so it's like having 2 cans of beer. And so the beer can get warm by the time you kind of have that bottom third. And there's some beers where that just, it's not overly pleasant.
Yeah.
Like this, I think it would be fine.
I agree.
I really do. And that's what prompted the strong score, I think.
I like that. Yeah, that is really tasty.
Mm-hmm. I unlocked the local badge, Untapped at Home level 7.
Ooh. That's pretty fantastic.
That's pretty great. Middle of the Road level 6. I don't know if I like that name of that badge.
I got Middle of the Road level 53.
Did you? Oh, Jesus Lord.
But that means
I feel like less of a beer drinker now.
Get on my level, bro.
I know, right?
But yeah, what that means, it's an ABV greater than 5, less than 10. This is a 5.2. So it's not much higher than your average lager.
Yeah.
Or, Irish Red. But, yeah, very tasty. It's not going to get you crunk, which is good. You don't want your first summertime beer of the day to get you schwasted. You want to be able to enjoy your time. So I quite like it.
Exactly, because there's so many beers that I feel are in that 8% range, 10, 12.
Yeah.
And if they're very flavorful, they can sneak up on you.
Oh, sure.
And so you sit there. That happened to me once. I was at a friend's house, and we were at his backyard and sitting at his patio. And we had these high ABV beers that I don't know if it was in the double digits. I think it probably was. But they were going down so good. It was a warm day. The beers were super cold. By the time I got the third beer, I finally had to break the seal, right?
Yeah.
And so I'm like, I got to take a leak. So I stood up, and the world was like, hi. We're moving a little bit. I was like, whoa, shit.
Yeah.
Was not counting on that. So it's like every beer was like a double beer.
Right.
So I was not counting on that.
Yeah. Yeah, those are tough. And you know me, I'm a fan of bitter. I like black coffee. I like IPAs. So I'm a big IPA fan, but there are some out there, and notably one that we tried a little bit ago, which was the Voodoo Ranger Fruit Force.
Yes, I
And
remember
those,
that one.
that line of Force drinks, they've got a Fruit Force, Peach Force, Tropic Force, Juice Force. I really like the Juice Force.
Do you? Okay.
That one is excellent, but they're 9.5%.
Ooh, buddy.
So if you drink a couple cans and you're not thinking about it, I mean, you stand up off the couch after a little bit of gaming, having a couple brews, chilling out. It's like, oh no.
Oh yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah.
I got to be taking it easy.
Oh, for sure. Yeah,
So
no doubt.
They definitely sneak up on you.
Yeah, they really do. So, at any rate, get out and get some. This was one of my higher rated beers for sure so far.
Not sponsored, but recommended.
Agreed. And I think just as flavor profiles in general go, I do rather enjoy things that are not overly sour, but a little bit sour, but like fruity and sour.
A healthy tart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do rather enjoy things like that. And that's kind of what this is. So, not that you're going to get, I think, sherbet out of this a whole lot, like you said.
No, it's strawberry, I would say. I would argue.
Yeah. Like I would almost call this like Jolly Rancher.
Sure. Yeah, I can see that.
Right?
I can definitely see that. But there is a certain type of sour beer, typically the ones that are including orange or heavy citrus, orange or grapefruit, and the sour can clash, and the taste it leaves on your tongue isn't like a pleasant jammy flavor. It's more of like that's almost vomit.
Right, yeah.
So
Yeah.
some people get that type of flavor. It's kind of like the thing that happens with parsley, whether or not you have the gene that makes it taste like soap.
Oh, right. Yeah, right.
Yeah. So it's kind of like the same thing where some sours for some people can taste like vomit drinking them. This is not one of that. This would not affect anyone with that type of palate.
Yeah, I don't think so.
No.
Yeah, no, this was really good for sure.
Pit fruits and strawberries. Accent tart in such
a
a
way.
way.
I love it. What a way to end. Go out and grab some. It's very, very good. We're going to end with a little tier listing. We do this from time to time.
I love tier listing.
And, we got Pro Gamer over here, so I thought, hey, what a better way than to maybe do a couple of episodes here where we delve into some games. So,
I love that.
We're going to do that now. We're going to start off this tier list. And for those of you who don't know tier listing, there's S, and that is what? Superior?
Yes. Tier listing started as an AK219 segment, and then we moved it over to the Mark Mo Show since AK219 podcast doesn't really go on anymore. But, yeah, it's a letter scale, so it's F being the worst of the worst, D being bad, C being mid, B being good, A being great, S being the best of the best.
Of the best.
Of the best, exactly.
Yeah, that's what we got. So
that's how we're ranking them.
That's how we're going to grade it. And this is going to be a challenge because I think there's a lot of top tier ones on here. Although I did sprinkle a couple of suspect games.
Ooh, interessante.
So you got to keep it interesting because as I was doing this, I'm like, there's too many bangers on here.
Yeah.
So we're going to start off with maybe the ultimate banger, Pac-Man.
Pac-Man. So we're doing retro games.
This is all retro games. This is all stuff I would classify as like mid-late 90s and then backwards into the 80s. So consider like your PS2 and then backwards.
Yeah, pre-2000.
Yep.
Okay. Checks out. Pac-Man. Oh, man, that is a classic. That is a classic. I feel like this is one of those tier lists where we'll have to like confer and agree.
Yeah.
Rather than the rapid-fire style tier list we did
Correct.
with pizza. Pac-Man's great. I never... Of course, growing up, I was born in the late 90s. I grew up in the 2000s and 2010s. So I never played any arcade games unless they were in like a fun park or whatever.
Right.
And then it's just like the cheap money-grubbing ones. But yeah, Pac-Man on the original arcade, I can imagine, was an experience, a great experience. But I've played it on... You've got... like one of those classic NES consoles.
Yep.
You've got an Atari somewhere. Of course, we had like the Bandai Namco disc for the PS2 that had all the retro games, so I have played it a fair bit. That's good. I think Pac-Man has got to be somewhere in the A tier. High B, low A tier, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think A is probably
Right down the middle A?
fair.
Yeah.
I really do.
Yeah, I mean, it's simplistic because it's an early video game, but it's not like Pong, you know?
Exactly.
Where you're just moving a
Dun,
stick up and down.
Dun,
Yeah. It's like, riveting
dun,
gameplay.
dun, dun, dun.
Right.
Yeah, that's... And don't get me wrong. Without Pong, it wouldn't have graduated to other great things.
This is true.
So we will give it its due. Donkey Kong.
Ooh, the original.
The original Donkey
The
Kong.
original Donkey Kong.
Bastard ate dropping barrels on me. I would do to you, man. Give me my chick back.
Give me my chick back. He keeps tossing barrels.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Donkey Kong is excellent. I loved... There was a documentary I watched like a decade ago about the world record holders in Donkey Kong. Or was it Tetris? It might have been Donkey Kong. Where like Billy Mitchell, like one of the most notorious record holders, ended up being like a cheater and was faking shit. And the dude that the documentary was focused around was like an up and comer, and he ended up like beating Billy Mitchell in the end type deal. I think that was about Donkey Kong. I hope I'm not misremembering.
That's awesome.
Yeah, fascinating watch. I have a whole big respect for Donkey Kong. That's got to be A+. Maybe you could argue S.
I'll go A+.
Okay.
I'll go A+. I love Donkey Kong. And all the different screens and different designs and things like that. It's pretty sweet.
I agree.
The original Sonic.
Ooh. You know what? There's something very nostalgic about hearing the Green Hill Zone soundtrack. It's so excellent. And that's before Sega kind of fell off. I mean, you've got absolute flops like Sonic 06 and what's the other one? Sonic Boom, that were
Yeah.
just god-awful. Especially in, like, the 3D era of Sonic. But, yeah, the original Sonic, fantastic. You could argue S.
We could.
I'm tempted to go S.
No, that's all right. I'll
Yeah.
give it to you.
Okay. S for Sonic.
S for Sonic. I think that's appropriate. Super Mario Brothers.
Ooh, man.
Now, some could argue the Super Mario Brothers 2 is better than the original Super Mario Brothers, but I think they're both excellent.
I would agree, but there can't be a 2 without a 1.
Right?
We might have to stay in S tier with this one.
With the Super Mario Brothers?
Yeah, because you're talking
Yep. I love it.
the two biggest names in gaming for the longest time was Mario and Sonic.
Yeah.
They have to both be S tier.
I love it. Legend of Zelda.
Oh, man. Oh, man. So we're talking the first one, the retro one.
Yeah.
Well, it was new back then. Now it's retro. But, yeah, I think that was like a top-down view of Link as you're going around.
Right, correct.
High roll. Not much of a high roll. I mean, you only had, 16 colors on the screen. But, or was it 8 at that point? Was it 8 or 16? That had to have been 16-bit.
I think it was.
Yeah.
I think it was 16-bit.
Yeah, that had to have been 16. So, but you can't have stunning games like Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild or Tears of the Kingdom if there was no Legend of Zelda.
That's right.
And at its time, that had to have been amazing to play. Like, I've played it on the Nintendo Switch with like the Wayback, not Wayback Machine, but they like the classic NES games and whatnot. It's awesome. It's awesome. That honestly might go S tier also. You could argue A+.
Okay.
Because I know it wasn't really until the Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom era that the Legend of Zelda series really shined. You could argue you could go back to like Ocarina of Time.
Sure.
But yeah, that's got to be A+ or S.
Okay. I'll go A+ if you're willing
That's
to do
totally
that.
fair. Yeah, for sure. Bangers off jump. I mean, retro gaming's like that, though.
It is. It is. GoldenEye.
Oh, man. That's an NES classic.
Yes, it is.
That's one of those games like...
Not only was the movie great, but then they made this game and you're like, wow, this is just as good as the damn movie. This is really good.
And the tech they had to employ to make it work
Yes.
on a 16-bit cartridge console
Unreal.
was unbelievable. I mean, do you have modern shooters if you don't have GoldenEye?
That's a fair comment.
That's either A or S tier. I never had the pleasure of playing it or watching much of it when I was a kid, so I'll leave that up to you. But I'm tempted to go high.
I think it's an S tier. I think at that time it was one of a kind.
Right, because who else is competing with that?
No one.
Yeah, that's before Sega started getting big into the console wars. Sony hadn't dipped their toes in yet.
Nah, not really. And yeah, for that 16-bit, just in the graphics and the story and just how intelligent the game was, I thought it was great.
Yeah.
I really did. All right, are you ready?
I'm ready.
E.T.
Oh, God.
For the 2600.
The game no one can beat.
No, because you fall down that one hole and you're
one pit.
stuck. You're just like, God damn it.
Who playtested that?
I really...
Because you have to playtest it to know every level works and doesn't break.
Coders and developers, when they're making these games, they get to the point where they're like, okay, try to break it.
Right.
That's what they try to do, because if they do, then you're like, oh, got a problem. You get stuck at this one part. Well, everybody gets stuck at that same part, and you're in there, and it's like you got to shut the game off because you're like, I cannot get out.
Yeah, they're like game companies these days will hire people. Okay, run around, try and break the game.
Yep.
You didn't do that past this level. It's unbelievable.
Did you get to that level and be like, we're leaving this? Game.
Right. This will be a good bit.
No one's gonna get past this. I love it.
I think that was right around the same time when people were worried about a video game crash too.
Yeah.
Because of the amount of like shovelware, and I think that may have been before PC gaming, like with all the discs, the ROM discs got popular. But that's just terrible. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
that's soft lock in its purest without the gamer having to do anything to get it soft locked.
Yeah.
They just programmed it shittily.
Well, they did.
That's D or F. I mean, I'm tempted to go D just because it's hilarious looking
Yeah.
back on it. But as a game, it's F. You can't beat it.
How about D minus?
D minus I like.
We'll grade D minus.
Yeah.
I had that game and I played it and I rage quit that game so many times.
Oh, yeah.
And here's something that's I think very interesting. Number one, they rushed the game to the market because
Sure.
they wanted to get it out right after the release of the movie and they rushed it. So, shame on them for doing that. But I think because the movie itself stands the test of time, it's a really 80s classic. But I think everybody's impression of the movie slightly decreased based on the whack-ass game.
Yeah.
I really think people kind of like, oh, this is an S-tier movie, and now it's like maybe B+.
Right.
Because people are like, oh, fuck that game.
Right. Because you put your brand, your IP,
Yeah.
on this piece of dog shit.
Absolutely. Yeah, you can't do that.
You want to talk about a money grab? People don't like that.
Right. Now, I think this qualifies. I'm pretty sure from a date stamp, you can let me know. I have Super Smash Brothers.
Ooh, Super Smash Brothers. That's a good question. I don't remember when the first one came out. What was the first one, Melee or Brawl? Is a good question.
Right. That is a really good question.
I think, you know what? I think you're right. I think that was out on N64, wasn't it?
The first one?
Yeah. I
think
think that was an N64 game.
I think so too.
And I think that was the PS2 era. Around the PS2 era.
Well, we're going to do some live research.
Live research.
Yeah.
Super Smash Bros. Is excellent.
Yeah.
I think the original game only had 8 characters, too. If I'm not mistaken.
I think so. The series game Super Smash Brothers 1999.
99. It
Counts.
fits.
It's in.
It fits.
Was released for the Nintendo 64.
64. Okay.
Yep.
At least we were mostly right.
Yes.
We kind of knew what we were talking about. I love Smash. I think the combination of IPs, especially as it's turned out today with Super Smash Ultimate, where there's so many IPs combined to make this fighting game, and it's so pure. It's very responsive. And no matter how many imitations there are, they're never going to be Smash.
Yeah.
And I think for 99, it was ahead of its time in that type of battle.
Yeah.
So I love it. I love it. That's got to be A tier somewhere.
A tier. All right. We're gonna do. Let's see. We're gonna do 2 more, and we're gonna come back next week, and we're gonna finish this list. Maybe add a few to it. Mortal Kombat.
Oh, speak of. That's not necessarily an imitation of Smash.
Yeah.
It's a different style game, but Mortal Kombat is fantastic. That's sweaty gaming. That's competitive sweaty gaming right there.
It really is.
That's got to be either B or A tier. I could go B+ for that. I think it's good, not great, in my opinion.
Yeah, Mortal Kombat I'd probably put as a solid B.
Solid B? Yeah.
Yeah, if that's all right with you.
I like that. Yep.
And then the last one we'll do for this week, Street Fighter.
Street Fighter. Ooh.
Similar to Mortal Kombat.
Similar. Oh, man. I feel like it had a little more pizzazz.
I think
I think it had a little
fair.
more pizzazz. I think it's got to go B+ or maybe A. You could argue.
Okay. How about B+?
B+ I like.
All right. We're going to end there. We did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 this week. We had Pac-Man as an A, Donkey Kong A+, Sonic Superior, Super Mario Brothers Superior, The Legend of Zelda A+, GoldenEye Superior, E.T. D-, Super Smash Brothers A, Mortal Kombat B, Street Fighter B+, and we will do the second volume on the next show. And Aiden, that does it for this episode.
Excellente.
Thank you so much for everything you do. Thanks to all you wonderful listeners out there listening on all podcast platforms and YouTube. Check out my radio show if you get a chance. We stream at WVLP.org. Also, your TuneIn app on your handheld phone. It's called After Hours. Check us out Tuesday night, 9 p.m. Central Standard Time, and Friday at 4 p.m. Central Standard Time. And how can people find you on the old computer?
Aiden spelled the right way. on YouTube. Lots of gaming content thrice weekly. And then AK209 is so back with some gaming every once in a while. So keep your eyes peeled.
Most definitely. Thank you once again, and we will catch you guys next week.